From the journal of Snøfrid of Åsbrush. It seems that Barnabus and Artemis do not think less of me after knowing my secret with the watchful eye, and I am grateful. Talk of power and gods did little to raise our spirits, and we returned to the hidden laboratory with heavy hearts. The three of us sealed the Bugbot's tank, and left Ep.16 to recharge and rest, hoping they would not immediately return to gathering tech. When we returned well into the evening, Leo and Hesk were deep in the festivities, but we roused ourselves and returned to Windsail to sleep. Sir Hesk once more allowed me to join him under the stars, and we had a difficult conversation about the nature of faith and what it has in store for both of us. Difficult, but good. And he agreed to help me with another little project of mine. I am not much of a musician myself, but it seems he knows his way around the flute. In the morning, our burgeoning coterie headed south from Windsail along the coast, looking for the shark-faced attackers that brought us together. Perhaps they serve another obelisk, or perhaps there is yet another mystery awaiting us. Whatever the future holds, I think I am finally beginning to understand what it means to face it together.
Everybody, and welcome to the Jester's Court. My name is Casey Reardon. I am your dungeon master, and joining me today, as always, we have Rachel Kordell.
Mercury's in retrograde, and I'm Artemis, Alwyn, Kroft. Woo!
Woo! We have Andrew Frost.
Hey, I play the amazing Technicolor Dream Goat, Leo.
Hey!
Yep.
We have Seth Coveyou.
Hi, I'm Seth Coveyou, and I play Barnabus Fletch, the boy wizard wonder. Period.
I love it.
Okay.
Very finite.
Professional.
Statement!
As a post-exclamation.
Declaration!
Declaration.
Anyway, we also have Sky Swanson.
Bratha, the Dairy King, Hesk.
Oh, God.
Living out your fantasy, huh, buddy?
It's my fantasy. I can live it.
All right. We find Hesk
Eating
an entire tub of butter.
Just so much butter and ice cream and cream cheese.
So much real cream cheese. And we have Jonas Tintenseher.
Snøfrid of Åsbrush. They call me a horse, but they're the ones who can't speak. They say I'm unstable, but that's where I won't sleep.
Ooh, snaps.
Did you just spoken word me?
Last week, Sky was like, Jonas is going to do slam poetry next time.
That was
You did?
That was said.
You did?
Could you add in just like a room full of people snapping
Yeah, okay.
when you finish that?
Wow.
So, you all are on the edge of a cliff. We ended last week at a literal cliffhanger instead of the metaphorical one. You are just above this cave entrance where Christina Santos had told you that she had seen the Sahuagin entering. It's about 60 feet to the bottom of the cliff where there are sharp rocks and waves crashing up against the rocky shores. What would you like to do? Although, actually, before you descend or anything like that, I do know that our good friend Hesk has a prayer that he wants to bestow upon the rest of the party.
Yeah, so as my inspiring leader feat, which I don't really see Hesk as the leader of this group, maybe a leader elsewhere in the world, but not in this group. We've sort of changed it to Hesk can like offer a religious prayer, and that'll bolster people. So let's see here. Hesk stands by the cliff. I don't think he really prompts anyone for this either. I think he just sort of like launches into it, looking out at like the ocean, the waves crashing up against the rocks before, and he just simply goes, "Change. I offer you this prayer. You are the inevitable force, the growth in a blade of grass, the sword that disposes a king. You have guided my hand and my friends' hands for decades, never leading me astray. Your knowledge is unknowable, for your will is without plan, but is constant. change will happen. It is better to be part of the river than the stone that blocks the flow. I'm technically supposed to do that for 10 minutes, but that seems insane.
Then we all just stare at the horizon meaningfully.
Yeah, for 7 minutes.
Everybody just takes a moment,
I-
breathes in the fresh saltwater air.
For 10 minutes.
Everyone takes 7 temporary hit
Ooh,
points.
thank you.
Yeah.
Love that.
For the
After
prayer.
Hesk's inspiring speech and prayer, you all feel slightly rejuvenated and feel stronger for it, as most of you happen to worship change to begin with.
Yeah, Barnabas steps up right beside Hesk and is like, "That was beautiful, buddy. Anyway, long live the king." And I push him off the cliff. And I cast Featherfall on everyone because I thought that's how we were gonna.
We
go down.
wanted to find a path first so that we had an exit strategy, but if you're throwing us over the edge, then we're going over the edge.
Works for me.
Rachel, you made a nature or a perception check to look for a path. We didn't get to the resolution of that, so...
Oh, yeah. It's, well, I mean, so are we doing that? Because, I don't know. Hess just got pushed off a cliff.
No,
He'll
it's
be
happening.
fine.
It's happening.
He'll be fine.
Okay. So, but it's, 17.
Nice.
Okay. With a 17, you don't see a very easy way down no matter where you go. Looking around, however, you do see, you're like peering over the cliff, looking down the horizon, off to the south, sort of along the cliff face. And you see a couple of nests, but you don't see an easy way down.
Okay. So I kind of feel like if we could put this all together, like, I've looked around, I've made this, observation. Hesk just starts saying his prayer, and before I can say anything, Barnabus pushes him off the cliff. And I'm like, yeah, this is gonna happen this way anyway. There we go. I tied in a nice little bow for everyone.
That's good. No, I'm glad that we had options.
Yep.
It's a really tall cliff.
Barnabas, do you jump after Hesk, or do you just send Hesk down first and then...
Yeah, Hesk is the tester.
Okay. So...
Let's see how well I know Featherfall.
Well, with Featherfall, it affects up to 5 creatures, so you
Yeah.
can cast it on all of you at once, and it lasts for a minute. Does the spell description give the rate of falling at all, or no?
Oh no, it doesn't last as long as the fall is.
No, it does.
Slows to 60 feet per round until the spell ends. So 60 feet per second.
6 seconds. So 10 feet a second.
That still sounds...
It sounds really fast still.
But it's magical. It like...
Right.
It takes you down, and then when you get to the bottom, it also gently deposits you.
It cushions you. It's like you're falling
Yeah.
into a bunch of stacked up cardboard boxes like stuntmen do.
Well, it almost doesn't matter because you just take no falling damage and can
Right.
land on your
So
feet.
actually, it might still be
That's
very
just-
painful. You just don't take any damage.
Look, we just glide down
really
like a
messes
bunch
with
of
your
flying
knees at the
squirrels
end,
and
but-
land.
It's like when you stub your pinky toe and like it feels like your foot's just gonna fall off.
Yeah.
You're just kind of like screaming in pure agony for like 10 seconds, and you're like, okay.
Okay, so Hesk floats down the bottom of the cliff. Who goes after him? Like, does anyone... Are the rest of us just stand around and look at each other, or do
Yeah,
people
that's,
jump
I mean,
off?
I guess.
We
Uh,
wait. We wait for the. To come on, Sky. Go ahead.
Hmm?
Go ahead.
Huh? What do you...
Land this. Land this plane, baby.
Land this lizard, Sky.
All right. I think we're good. Let's go.
Let's go.
Leo's already halfway down.
Okay, sure.
Yeah, Leo's already...
Hesk, I'm coming, buddy!
So as you all jump off, starting with Hesk, because you did get pushed off first, I want everyone to roll me a luck check of just a d20.
Oh,
Did you say except for me? Or
Nat
also
20.
me?
You starting.
Okay, then.
If everybody else is jumping at the same time, I can get all of theirs first.
Natural 1. So I might need to do that take again.
Right on the face, but it was a
Oh
soft
my
on
god.
the face.
Oh.
Oh, you know what? No, I know exactly what happens. You did land on your feet, but the nat one is I land on you.
Not actually the case, unfortunately. So if you are all waiting for Hesk to hit the bottom before you're jumping, which it sounded like was the case, what happens is, Hesk, as you're falling, as you weren't entirely ready to be flung off of this cliff, you don't have full control of where you're going. And you are falling at a relatively fast rate. You're not taking any damage from anything, which is great. However, you don't hit the side of the cliff, but you do hit a large branch that was holding a nest.
Yeah. Oh, no.
And you get some egg on you.
Oh, do I got egg on my face?
You finish your descent, and Artemis, with your perception check from earlier, I'm going to say that you are looking at Hesk fall and see him hit this nest. Go ahead and make a nature check for me.
I have nature as well. Can I make the check too?
I'll let you have this. You can roll.
This is a northwestern condor. They're endangered. What have I done?
What kind of roll is it?
It's nature.
Nature. Okay, so then 18.
And Hesk, if you want to roll 1 too, you can.
10, baby.
10. All right. So, Artemis,
Yeah.
looking down at the nest and looking at your surroundings, you know that this type of area is a great nesting place for giant eagles.
Oh.
And that egg was very large.
Oh no.
So looking outward on the cliff, you can see off in the distance something flying.
Oh no.
And it's heading your way.
I could fight a bird. Hesk could punch a bird.
I'm not gonna yell because I don't want to alert the bird more. I mean, it looks pretty
Sure.
weird, but I'm gonna say, that looks like a large eagle nest, and that there, as she points, looks like a large eagle.
All right. Well, we could stay here and wait for them to come, or we could leave.
Maybe just come back later.
And Barnabus jumps off the cliff.
Yeah, I follow suit. I jump off.
Snøfrid is scared of heights, and even though she trusts Barnabus, does not want to jump off the cliff. But I think, like, Barnabus jumps, Leo's already gone. She turns to look at Artemis as Artemis is, like, over the side, with just, like, the hint of the braid, just whoop, over the cliff.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh. And then, like, does not jump, but, like, very carefully, like attempts to step off and just kind of tumbles and trips over.
You ever seen a horse fall? It's not great.
Yeah, just into open air and just, like, haphazardly, oh no, I'm off balance, I'm falling.
So the slow motion fall is even more in slow motion. It's pretty
Well,
much.
the good news is you'll land on 2 feet. The bad news is... Just kidding, it's all 4. It's all 4.
I thought you were going to say the bad news is they're Barnabas's.
But you all make your way to the bottom safely as this eagle makes its way towards you, and it sees its nest, and it sees Hesk.
Do we still need our own luck checks? Or did that cover it?
I'll let everybody still roll their luck checks.
There's another. They
Yeah, I want
actually
my
nest
20.
in a colony.
It's possible.
I got 12.
11.
What's the rule here? Is it you roll...
Whoever rolls the worst.
Yeah, I think so.
All right, I rolled an 8.
All of you managed to avoid the nest, now knowing that it was there, and the main reason that Hesk hit it was because he was pushed, to be fair.
I'm floating down, all somewhat Mary Poppins-esque with my staff, like 2 hands on the staff. I am trying to make myself as small as possible as I look at Hesk.
You just slowly drift down into Hesk's arms, basically. And he just holds you for a moment, doesn't say anything, and then just puts you down. And sees the eagle coming. But just that moment of him lifting you easily enough, I hope, is enough.
I thought it was a delightful prank. I think I have the figurative egg on my face. Sorry about that.
Are we going to do something about the,
As you all make your way to the bottom of the cliffside, I'm going to need everyone to roll initiative.
No!
It has spotted you.
Yep.
Oh no!
Heck yeah,
I
let's
don't
do
need
this.
that! I don't need that now! One hand, I rolled a natural 20. But on the other hand, I already have a plus 13, so wow, that's always a natural.
A 33 for Leo?
33 for Leo.
I should just leave you at the top of my initiative tracker. There's no reason to have you any lower.
I thought I did well.
15 to 20?
18.
17.
5 to 10?
Yeah. The number of the day is 8.
8 for Barnabus.
Huzzah!
And
Hi,
Hesk,
Sky.
what did you end up with?
Oh, I'm not in this bracket either.
Oh,
But I
0
got
to 5.
I got a 2.
I thought you
Roll
said
the-
you did well.
It is possible for Hesk to get a negative roll, too.
It
which
is.
I
I
am looking
know,
forward to
I'm-
that day.
Oh, me too.
All right. Well, starting us off is obviously Leo with that 33 initiative. The eagle is probably about 60 feet up and maybe about 20 feet out.
Okay.
With a 33, do they get a surprise round? Because, like, the Eagle's aware, but they're not, like, that aware.
I love that we're killing a bird in its natural habitat. It did nothing
That's
wrong.
why, yeah, like,
You don't have to.
yeah.
I just had you roll initiative because it is very upset with you.
We can just book it.
No, wait. No, what are we doing? We have a druid. The druid can just be like, yo, sorry.
You know, I do have speak with animals prepared.
There you go.
Just, like, take the dodge action and then, like, let the druid do
right,
the druid.
yeah, like, we can also, or alternatively, if we have to fight it, we can always just knock it out.
That's true.
Unlethal.
Just punch the bird.
Hesk is ready to throw hands.
Do what you think Leo would do.
Yeah, do what
Follow your
Seth
heart.
said.
Well, I don't think. Okay, free action. What do I do? As I have my bow ready, and I'm just looking back and forth in pure horror. I'm gonna assume that I've never seen a giant eagle before.
Not up close.
So I'd assume Leo is just like, yeah, I'm sure.
You know what? Okay, Artemis is gonna call out. We want to fight this, or we want to try and just settle it?
I don't want to fight. I think we did the wrong thing here.
Aye.
Okay, then if that's the case, I am going to hold my action for I guess a bow strike, even though it might get too close. Yeah, I'll just ready my action until it attacks someone else in the party. Can I also move 30 feet away from Hesk?
In what direction? Towards the cave or...
Either way, let's say towards the cave for...
We're on a beach, so there's only 2 directions to go.
Yeah.
Pretty much, you're on a cliff by the beach.
Just away from Hesk.
Into the water.
Sploosh.
All right, that brings us to Snøfrid.
Yeah, I'll just, the same. I'll just kind of put my hands up and look at Artemis and just... We're very sorry.
Okay, you put your hands up. Are you holding an action, taking the dodge action?
Yeah, I'll take the dodge action. Can I ask also, how far are we from the cave entrance?
The cave is probably about 60 feet from you.
Okay, so I'll take the dodge action and move 30 feet, or actually 40 feet, toward the cave and say, maybe we just go in here?
That's going to bring us to Artemis.
Okay. Yeah, and you said that it was 60 feet away from us?
60 feet up, 20 feet out.
20 feet out. Okay, so it's diving. Yeah, I'd like to cast Speak with Animals. And I'd like to say, let's see here.
I hope
I
you have
thought
good
that's what you were
persuasion.
going for a second. Just like, oh, great eagle.
Don't kill me.
Artemis is like, please don't hurt us. We didn't mean to crash into your nest. And also start moving in the direction of the cave.
Okay.
I wouldn't run though. I would want to, like, it would kind of be like a backwards, like, trot maybe to kind of like, it's hastefully, but not like, I don't want to talk to you, I'm afraid of you, you know? If
That's
that
very
makes
fair.
sense.
I totally get it. I know exactly what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
like, I'm not trying to, like, don't hurt us! It's more like, please don't hurt us! We didn't mean to I didn't mean to hurt your nest.
So speak with animals. Does that allow replies or no?
Is it, you gain the ability to comprehend and verbally communicate with beasts for the duration, which is 10 minutes.
So yes, you gain the ability to comprehend them.
Yes.
Make a persuasion check on that.
Yeah.
Please don't hurt us. This was an accident.
Yes. Yes, that's a good roll. Persuasion. Okay, cool. Just a 17.
That's pretty good.
Okay. It starts circling. And Artemis, you can hear it screeching outward in its language of giant eagle.
Eagleese.
It is your fault. At least it is that one's. I need retribution.
Yes, that is completely understandable, and once again, that was not the intention as we were descending this cliffside. Is there another way that we can make this loss up to you?
Hesk is looking at you like wildly.
Oh yeah, we just hear
we-
squawking right now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Are we hearing Artemis speak in Giant Eagle, or does it sound like normal talking and then the eagle gets translated?
I think it probably sounds like normal talking to you,
Okay.
and the eagle is getting translated for her.
Right. So we hear Artemis talking normal and then
Yep, and it sounds aggressive.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I don't think that can't sound aggressive. How does that sound peaceful?
I mean,
Cool.
Eagles have a real. They got a real baby call.
I know, but this is a giant eagle though.
One of my young is dead now, and you ask if there's anything else you can do for me? There is nothing. And it is going to dive bomb at you, Hesk.
Aha!
Okay, in that case, I'd be like, she doesn't want to talk.
And yeah, at that point, the eagle screams, "Ah!" Which is eagle for never should have come here. Sword.
I told Gary this wasn't the place to nest.
Gary.
Such a bad neighborhood.
Guys, the eagle is the spouse of the bartender at the Lucy Buckle.
What?
Oh no.
That guy's name was Gary.
No.
His name was Gary.
You name everyone Gary.
I do. That's kind of my go-to. All right.
Forward thinking, Gary.
Hesk, it is going to try and peck at you with its beak and slash at you with its talon.
Okay.
All right. First, the beak attack is going to be a 14 to hit,
Miss.
and then the talons is going to be a 19.
Hit.
So it dive bombs down at you, misses with its beak, and then rakes across your chest with its talons, dealing you the total of, I believe I said it was 10 slashing damage.
Yes.
I believe, Andrew, this would activate your readied action.
That it would. Roll to hit. 16 base, so I assume with my modifier we should be
That
good.
definitely hits, yeah.
Alright, and technically sneak attack would go off, I believe. Because I'm making a ranged attack, and
It's within 5 feet of another threatening creature.
Yeah, 15 points of damage.
15 points of damage. All right, so you pull back on your bow and just launch it at this giant eagle as it slashes across Hesk, and you get it like right in between the wing and its shoulder, and it just rears backward, falling back slightly. It was kind of hovering above the air a little bit, but now it's like on the ground as you deal 15 damage to it.
As she gets hit, I would want to say to her, we really don't want to hurt you either, just please don't attack us anymore and you won't be hurt any worse. Not really intimidation, but trying to be like, we don't want to hurt you, but you're attacking us.
Sounds like you're threatening her, so I will say make an intimidation roll.
I don't want to intimidate her. I would purposely
I
fail that.
understand
I
that.
do not want to intimidate. I just want to be like, we don't want to hurt you.
Okay. She looks very injured at this point, and you can see she's sort of starting to already back off of Hesk, and you just hear her weakly tweet out, "Go."
Can I heal you?
Make a persuasion check.
It's just a 13.
I think you've done enough.
Can I give advantage on that by saying, don't let this be more pain than it already has. Let us help heal one wound.
All right, you can roll with advantage on that.
I don't know if they can understand me, but I just hear Artemis talking to it in normal common. So
Yep.
16?
16. She just looks in between you, Snøfrid, and Artemis, and looks towards her injured wing at this point, and once again weakly just calls out, "Fine. Just do it and be done."
So then I will go over. Pretty moment. Removes the arrow and whispers healing word into her wing. and gets a whopping nice, okay, 8 health back to her.
Okay. You pull out the arrow right as you are whispering the healing word, and the wound starts to close. Not fully,
Unfortunately.
but it closes slightly, and then she takes off.
Okay. I'm gonna turn to the party. Let's not disturb any more nests, while we're here, shall we?
You see Hesk, and for anyone who was actually observing Hesk, I think Artemis, you might be the only one that would have seen this. Hesk is normally this incredibly brave warrior, shows no fear. You would see that Hesk was genuinely terrified in that moment. And in this moment, again, when you're like, let's not do that, Hesk doesn't say anything. He just turns, walks into the cave.
And she just kind of nods awkwardly. All right, let's go. And start walking into the cave. Or towards the cave. I don't know if we want to go into it just yet.
Let's go in. Let's keep going.
You make your way over towards the cave, and as you enter into it, you can hear the waves crashing against the sharp rocks outside. Grateful that with the Featherfall spell, you hadn't smashed yourselves into them. The sea spray from outside collects on the back of your neck, and the dripping stalactites can be heard deeper within the darkness. The ground here is covered in about ankle-deep seawater that soaks into your footwear and your skin. Not as much into hooves, but you can still feel the dampness. Pressing onward, you notice that there isn't really any evidence of habitation within the cave. No sounds of bats or animals or any signs of any humanoids either, just the rhythmic and constant dripping of that stalactite. Finally, you reach the source of the incessant noise, and you can see that there is a single stalactite hanging above what appears to be a 10 by 10 hole in the ground, and it continues its maddening dripping just over and over and over again. Off in the corner of this chamber of the cave, you can see 3 large crates, one of which is sitting slightly ajar.
Let's go check that out.
Sure, you head over to the crates.
Can I do just like a perception check around the cave real fast, though? Just like looking out for any of these,
Sahuagin.
Thank you, Sahuagin.
Shark bait.
I'll make
Yeah,
Shark
pretty
bait.
much. Shark people.
Let's hear. That's a 7. I don't see anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, the cave is very, very dark. You have the blind sense, so there's nothing really around you, although the water itself seems to be maybe messing with it a little bit, and you don't sense the presence of any other creatures here.
I'll go with Hesk and then cast light.
Great. You cast light, illuminating the room slightly, and still, all you can really see is this hole in the ground, which is underwater at this point. As I said before, there's about 2 inches of water all throughout the cave, and then the hole goes down deeper, and then the crate's off to the side.
Let's check out the crates.
Sure. You slide open the crate that's ajar, getting a better look at what's inside of it, and you see that there's kind of a large glass bowl that almost looks kind of like Garflepax's helm, except it's fully glass and spherical in shape, all except for this small gray box at the base of the opening of it. Right by, like, where Garflepax was wearing his helm, right around where his neck would sit.
Oh, cool.
I'm sorry, you said this was a bowl?
It kind of looks like a fishbowl.
Okay, but I guess where the hole is on the fishbowl, there's a box?
Yep.
Curious by nature, I pick it up and put it on my head.
Okay. You place it onto your head, and this slimy black fluid slowly starts to creep out of the box and go down your neck, across your chest, up over your arms, down towards your torso and your legs, and then fully encompasses you.
You're becoming Venom.
Oh no.
Artemis, seeing this, would, like, instantly ready her staff.
Hesk tries to wrench the helmet off of his head.
You pull it off, and as the fluid is, like, right about at Barnabas's waist, and the fluid just sucks back up into the box as you pull it off.
Okay.
None of that.
What the hell was that?
No more of that.
I don't know. I don't think it felt bad. It didn't feel anything. It just was odd.
Barnabas, I thought we had learned our lesson about rushing into unusual situations and touching things we don't know what they are.
Okay, barrel rider, why don't you?
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Actually, I don't think this was that bad. Let me try it again. This is fine.
Wow, I
No.
hate this.
Put back on hand.
This is terrible.
Same sensation, and then it goes past the hips, right? And then
Yep. It goes all the way down your legs and fully encompasses you down all the way over your feet. You are now fully encompassed in this black slimy fluid that has now felt like it's still flexible, but it feels more solid.
okay.
Hess knocks on like the little glass visor. He's like, "You alive in there?
Yeah, I feel fine.
What is the weird goop doing to you?
Nothing.
Really?"
Casey, how's my breathing? Do I feel like it's hard to breathe, or?
No, it still feels fine at this point.
To be clear, so we now see Barnabus is just all in a black suit. Head is in the glass fishbowl, and then there's also like a trapezoidal gray box on top of that.
The box is down where his neck is, because it's at the hole where you put your head through.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
It's like a diving helmet with just like a little box where like,
Yeah, it's like a magic
Yeah.
extendy divey suit.
yeah.
That's where I was going.
We push you in the water.
I don't like any of that. No.
It's Hesk's turn to push me off a cliff, I guess. I don't know.
Hess just pushes you down.
Not even to the water, just pushes you.
Revenge.
Well, there's water everywhere. He just hits the 2-inch water and the helm cracks.
Can you breathe?
You sink through the hole and break a clutch of eel eggs. And
Oh my god.
Round 2.
There's an eel circling overhead.
a giant
All right.
eel overhead?
Yeah. We just well, if we're underwater, then it's over. Disenfranchise the bird people, now we'll disenfranchise the fish people.
Oh no.
God.
Eels well that ends well.
So we're all just standing here looking at Barnabus, pretty much like nothing's happening.
I searched the other crates. I open up the other ones. Can I?
Yeah, you open up the other ones. In total, you find about 7 of these fishbowl-looking things.
Oh my god.
That's 2 more than we need.
It's a diving mission. Is there one big enough for Hesk's head?
There's one in particular that's just extra
It's just
large.
extra large.
I mean, is there enough goop in there to cover your body?
Aren't you like an aquatic lizard?
what? No.
Can't you hold your breath?
He can hold his breath.
I technically, yes, I can hold my breath for 15 minutes, but Hesk is not aquatic.
Okay, that's sorry. That's I just meant the
Lizard folk are aquatic.
So my question is, if these creatures, people, are already adapted to aquatic life, why would they need these? Someone else must be coming here and dealing with them, and
That's a good point.
in large numbers. So not just the noble. If perhaps they do have another obelisk, there must be more going on.
That's a very good point.
Okay, I guess we just gonna take them and go in then. Here we go. Snøfrid
I
puts
mean,
one on her head.
yeah, Hesk agrees with you.
If anybody wants to, you can roll either a history or a tech check on these as well, as it is technology.
16 tech.
Natural 1, baby.
Oh, it's great.
You finally did it. No matter
Finally.
what I roll.
There we go.
So with the 16 tech, you can tell that this particular piece of tech is not something that was created recently. This feels like something that was made by the old world. Maybe refurbished a bit, but it is something from the old world. Because you do know that there are artificers out there, especially over in Ederland, who deal in new tech. This doesn't feel that way. But are you making your way over to the hole at this point?
Yep.
Cool.
Has everyone else put them on? Because Artemis is hard hesitating.
Same with Leo. Leo has not put it on at
No,
all.
Snøfrid, I think, like, if Barnabus looks okay, like, upon thinking about it for a little bit, and is like, after saying everything about, like, oh, well, someone must be here interfacing with him, that means that they use these regularly, which means they're safe.
Yeah.
So Snøfrid just like, okay, it's not, like, I don't like that this is here, but it must work, so, whoop. And then while she's inside, you just hear this tinny, like, oh, this is quite remarkable. This is ancient technology. It must be, like, echoing inside the fishbowl.
Yeah, I was gonna say, if the safety thought was not verbalized, Artemis is definitely not thinking about it. So unless somebody verbalizes, yeah, this is safe, it's
Yeah.
not happening.
Hesk would say to you,
Someone must use these regularly, so therefore they must be safe.
Hey, guys. I don't know how to swim.
That is fine. You will ride on my back while I swim.
I also don't know
thank
how
you.
to swim.
That is fine. You will walk on the bottom of the sea while you walk.
Does the black goo cover my whole body? Does it reach?
It does, yeah.
Oh, wow.
So the miracles
a
of
lot of goo.
technology.
How does the black goo cover the centaur? How would they wear their black goo
Don't.
pants?
It's
We're not
all
that
a
kind of
unitard,
podcast.
so it does not matter.
If Leo also puts it on, then Artemis will hesitantly, begrudgingly put it on.
I offer Artemis a hand to squeeze while she is
Yeah.
getting covered.
Yep.
Ooh, if you're holding onto her, does the black goop then reflow over you, trapping you in a second cocoon?
That's pretty funny.
It does not.
As Snøfrid comforts Artemis as she gets hers put on, Leo's just gonna have his slowly creep across him and just start freaking out about it. Like, totally just start bugging. Because he doesn't like that. And no one should like that. That's terrifying.
Yep, no.
It's like cool to the touch too, so as it slowly creeps down your arm, it's getting colder as it wraps
It's
around.
slimy.
I got literal
Yeah.
chills. Ugh.
Hesk will look. He sort of gets in to Leo. He sees that Leo is freaking out, and he sort of leans in. She's like,
Do not worry. You will be fine. Fear is a good thing. It keeps you sharp,
and he like sort of like taps you on like the chest real fast.
and you are sharp as they come.
As Hesk turns away from that conversation, Leo's gonna continue to look at him and just be like, God damn, he's so freaking cool.
All right.
All right, into the watery hole, everyone.
Yeah. Let's go.
So, as you look down the hole to enter into it, it's about 10 by 10. Squeezing, you might all be able to fit, at least, or someone can be floating up above the rest. And you look down it, and you can't see the bottom. It seems to be too dark or go too far down. Maybe the water's a little bit murky as well. And you start to descend. And you sink, and it's getting darker and darker as the light from up above is slowly getting dissipated as you descend. And the sound of that dripping up above you, that stalactite that was up over this hole, is going away as you enter into the water. And it seems like you're going down for a little while until you hear a soft metallic clank as your feet touch what you think is the ground. You're still surrounded by walls on all sides, and it kind of feels like it could be a dead end.
With dark vision, do I see anything?
I did cast light.
Yeah, so you would all be able to see this as well then, with the light cast from Barnabus.
Thanks, Barney.
The floor that you're standing on seems to be another one of these tech doors that you had encountered in the other cave. However, one of the main differences of it, as you're looking around, there doesn't seem to be a panel anywhere.
I roll investigation.
I was gonna say, same.
And I aid with said investigation.
I also aid. That way then both of you can just roll with advantage.
I mean, I got a 19.
I'm just gonna peering around trying to find clues, and if I indeed get advantage, then my total is 26 with a natural 20.
Oh, there you go.
Okay, with a 26, Barnabas. Artemis, you might notice this a little bit too. There seems to be some small sensor on the door, but you're not quite sure what it is or what it does.
Okay. Snøfrid, it seems to be some sort of, well, I think it's what you might call a thingamabob on the door.
I'll investigate the sensor. I don't see how I would know what it's looking for, but maybe I can spoof it or just like connect the wires.
Make a tech check, and that will help you determine what it might be looking for.
It's a 10.
With assistance,
It's a 12.
A 12?
it's better than 10.
You and Leo are looking at this sensor here, and you come up with a couple of different things that it might be looking for. It could possibly be looking for something along the lines of light, although with the light that Barnabus has with you may be unlikely unless you need to hold it up directly to the sensor. It could be looking for maybe a sound. It could be looking for maybe even you've heard of things that need a specific imprint on them, but you're not exactly sure what it's looking for.
You know how with AI image detection, there are groups of mathematicians and programmers who work to figure out where you can place one black pixel to ruin the entire and make it think it's something completely different? I'm going with somewhere with this. Roll with it.
I believe you.
I would like to cast Shape Water, which I swapped out because I knew we were doing this during our long rest. I would like to freeze the water around the sensor in the hopes that, like, the distortion of the ice or just there not being water anymore or something about that glitches it out and, like, makes it work.
Okay. I like this idea. I want you to roll me percentile dice because they don't get rolled very often, and this seems like the perfect opportunity.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Can I get advantage?
No.
No.
That is a 34.
With a 34, you wait for a minute after having frozen the sensor, or at least the water around it, thinking perhaps the cold could damage it, or maybe you're trying to make it think that something's not there or something is there. And you wait for a moment, but nothing happens.
I don't know. Kind of out of ideas. We could try shouting random passphrases.
Obelisk. I got nothing.
Nothing happens when you shout obelisk.
Have we tried just putting our hand on it? Can I just put my hand over it?
You place your hand over it. Make a perception check. And Hesk, I also want you to make a perception check for me.
Oh? Okay.
Ba-doop, boop, ba-doop, boop. I'm gonna roll in D&D Beyond, but I'm gonna put the Foley work over here.
Hey, 20 for Hesk. A dirty 20.
That's a 10 for me.
Okay, Barnabus, you place your hand over the sensor, and nothing happens. Hesk, you may have noticed that you can no longer hear the dripping from the stalactite up above you. However, you can still feel it. You can feel the vibration of that drop still, and it's kind of getting annoying.
Like the drop is, I could feel the drop on me, or I could feel it.
You can't feel it on top of you, but you can feel it sending shockwaves down.
Oh, okay then. So it's not like a drop of a different density traveling through the water. No. It's like it's hitting the surface of the water. Okay, I don't know what that means. But yeah, Hesk is like,
can anyone else hear that or feel that?
You feel something?
A drip from up there. It's just getting louder.
Come towards the sensor.
I go towards the sensor. I place my hand on the sensor.
Nothing happens.
Okay. Tap what you feel.
Oh, I try that. I tap to the rhythm of the drops.
You tap to the rhythm of the drops, and still nothing happens.
Beans.
Okay then.
Good guess.
Push Barnabus down.
I have two ideas. My first one is I am going to... So the goo has covered all of our gear and clothes and things.
Yes.
So we can't access them. So I'm just going to take my hand, which is covered in
Goo.
the goo, and I'm going to cast Prestidigitation, which again is verbal and somatic, so both possible.
Yep.
I'm going to make a symbol appear on the surface of my palm, glowing kind of a little gold. It's going to be the change magic symbol, or what Snøfrid thinks of as the memory symbol. Cool. And I'm going to hold that over the sensor.
You hold your hand up to the sensor, and nothing happens.
Okay. Second thought, I tell everyone, I'll be back. And then I go back to the top of the...
Do you say what you're gonna do?
Yeah. So if Hesk mentions the dripping, Snøfrid's like, if Hesk can feel it down here, perhaps the sensor can also feel it, and maybe it is actually... It's not looking for something, but the absence of something. So if we block that, then perhaps...
Good thinking.
Yeah, worth a shot.
And I'm going to go up and ritually cast Magnetic Disc, floating disc, and that'll take me 10 minutes.
Okay. You are floating sort of on the surface, maybe holding on to the lip of the floor up top, and are ritually casting your magnetic disc, and slowly the circle of it starts to form up above, and it starts out with just the edge and slowly makes its way inward until it's a completely solid disc of force that catches the droplets up above. And everyone down below feels the door open incredibly rapidly.
Oh,
Oh,
For
no.
half a second, I really thought you were just going to say, feels the door, continue to do nothing.
Not quite.
Good job, Jonas.
So the door opens, and there's basically a vacuum effect that sucks everyone who is right by the door down. And Snøfrid, you feel it a little bit up top, kind of pulling you in that direction. You're all pulled downward, and your speed just gets faster and faster as you're sucked down through this tunnel system. Taking bangs, maybe banging into the walls slightly. You pretty much lost control. Most of you don't, I don't think any of you have a swim speed, and you are eventually forced out into open water.
Just to make a note, Bratha does have a swim speed of 30 feet.
Great, then you probably have the best control out of anybody.
Good thing I'm on your back.
But not aquatic.
His people are not aquatic,
No, I know,
but
I know.
Bratha, I guess he is.
I was more different.
No, he was just a swimmer in high school.
I just really liked swimming.
But you are all eventually forced out into this open water, and what you can see out in front of you as you regain your bearings and sort of right yourselves, you can see a small cityscape.
What?
A light with this bioluminescent coral and other organisms just floating about around this city area. It's probably like a couple hundred yards away from you.
What?
But you can see the light of it, and it's pretty bright. The next thing you notice after that eye-catching, because it is light, is off in another direction, several hundred yards away from the city, looks to be a fully intact old world building.
What?
It seems like something caused this building to sink below the waves, and this city is a couple hundred yards away from it. You're not sure if there's any correlation between the two yet, but before you can really decide what you want to do next, you take a moment and try and figure out what you want to do, but before you come to any conclusion, you hear a voice coming from beneath you. And that's where we'll end the session.
No!
Oh, no, come on! Come on! You're
Is
making
that
wait?
the voice? Is that what the voice said?
It's the voice
I don't
of the
know.
DM.
Voice
Tell
of the
us
DM.
that they're
No,
done with our
it might
shit.
not even be my voice.
I was muted in case it was like, it's a correlation. I was like, ha ha ha, correlation.
I heard you.
You heard me?
I
was
I didn't hear you. I saw you mouth
just
it,
saw
and
me.
it got me to laugh because I saw you just go. I was like, I know what you're doing. I heard the pun too.
See, it's funny because you mouthed the pun, which made Sky laugh. But as you were mouthing the pun, I was thinking in my brain of a global warming joke. And right when it ended, Sky laughed, and I was really confused.
I just didn't want to ruin the moment by being like, Atlantis exists.
Right. So I'm glad actually. Maybe it's a good thing I was muted.
I was expecting maybe like a village or like a couple like underwater
Nah, baby.
houses.
Nope.
That's Blackreach.
Well,
anyway.
I have nothing to plug.
Okay. This guy's starting us off with nothing to
Starting
plug.
us off, finally gets to start us off with nothing to plug.
I love it. All right. Well, anyone other than Sky have anything they want to plug?
You should come watch me on Twitch.
Take it again.
Don't take it again.
Okay. You guys can come watch me on Twitch.
Just
She's really funny on Twitch, apparently.
Okay.
Put the handbrake on, like. Like I felt that. What the hell?
Oh, no.
Twitch.tv/Majora's I'm funny.
Yeah, you are, huh?
Yeah!
I'm TINTENSEHER on YouTube, Twitch, and itch.io. Please check me out. I'm not as funny, but I am.
Witty. You're very witty.
A good time.
I am. I exist.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you
okay.
think
Yeah,
they're
yeah,
I'm
that's fair.
staking my claim on the universe. But thank you for the compliments, everyone.
But this would be the perfect episode to plug your breakdown of.
Oh yeah.
underwater.
Oh yeah. No, let me.
Ah,
Yeah, no. Check out another friend and I analyzed the movie Underwater starring Kristen Stewart, which is perfectly fitting for this episode. Thank you, Seth.
Because we're underwater now.
Crazy.
Love it. I'll have to give that a watch. Maybe I'll pull something from it. Unlikely.
Please don't.
I mean, the movie is about Cthulhu, so I hope we don't find Cthulhu down here.
oh no,
Oh,
Spoilers.
Should
The voice beneath us was
Um,
TJ Miller.
we shouldn't. No, we can't. We shouldn't.
If you would like to listen to me in more things, feel free to go check out Whisperling on YouTube. I play the Mayor of the Gnomes in that podcast. You can check me out on Apon Plays. I play a lovely fox character in the Root campaign that I believe has just fully finished up at this point. Apon Plays, look for the Root campaign. I play Apricot Brandy III. And if you want to see me in anything live action, check out Detention Entertainment Films. They have a short out called Blue Hundreds. So you can check that out on YouTube, Blue Hundreds by Detention Entertainment Films.
If you like listening to this podcast, why not leave us a review on Apple Podcast or drop us a message at Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram at RPJesters.
Or email us.
Or email us, rpjesters
Talk to us.
at gmail.com.
At Gmail.
What do you like? What do you not like?
Write a review, why don't you?
What are you nonplussed about?
What are you most minus about?
What's your opinion on fluffernutter sandwiches? I mean, just talk to us.
Fluffernutters? Okay, yeah.
Yeah, fluffernutters.
All right,
Peanut
yeah,
butter
sure.
and fluff, bro. It's good stuff.
I just use marshmallow.
Goodbye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
I don't need that jar stuff.
That's weird.
Ooh.
Weird. What?
Love the jar stuff.
No, because you get the marshmallows, you toast them up, and then you put them in, and you're like nom 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 nom. Guitar.